Hi everybody, and welcome to video 4 of the Cosy Christmas Collaboration Project 2. I have to make sure to get that right. The Cosy Christmas Collaboration Kit is what I'm using. This is my design team project number 2 for the month. This kit is made by Nonstop Papercrafts and LineDotArrow, and it's really pretty. And there's 20 pages in one kit, there's 20 pages in the other kit. There's also add-ons available to go along with the kit from LineDotArrow, and add-ons to go with the kit from Nonstop Papercrafts. They're all available at their Etsy shops, and their Etsy shops are listed below. Okay, so now you want to make sure this is a collaboration between Natalie and Suzanne, and then also 4 other Facebook groups, which are Haystack's Crafty Corner, Two Sisters Jam, Sweet Pea Papers, and Junk Journal Tutorials, and more. Now, in all 4 of those Facebook groups, there's a drawing, or they use the spinner on some of them. Depends on what software you use to pick the random name that are the winners. There are drawings. So, in the drawings, there's 3 prizes, so 3 prizes times 6, because Nonstop Papercrafts is giving away 3 gifts as well, or 3 prizes as well. The drawing's just going to be held in the LineDotArrow Facebook group, so they're going to have 2, one for Cosy Christmas, one for Nonstop Papercrafts, and one for LineDotArrow. All the others are having their own drawings. So you have the opportunity to win one of 18 prizes. And in fact, you could win more than one, because if you post your picture, I'm going to say when you post your picture in more than one group, then you get more than one entry and more than one drawing. So you have more chances to win than you think. If you use there's freebies every week and a challenge. The challenge is just a project that you can do or not do. You can use the freebies for anything and post pictures of them. Every Sunday you want to watch the video by Suzanne at Nonstop Papercrafts. She will show you her take on the challenge, and also show you her freebies, and you can get them through her Ko-Fi as well when you watch her video. Then Natalie will do the same thing. She'll show her freebies, and which you get through her Facebook group, which is LineDotArrow Junk Journal group, and links below. And so she'll show her freebie, and then she'll do a project with them. Okay, now like I said, the other 4 Facebook groups are also having drawings, and in each of those there's 3 prizes. I keep repeating myself, I'm a little tired. There's a physical prize is first place. Now, make sure to check the site and make sure that they ship to wherever it is you are. If they don't, then the alternate prize is 3 junk journal kits from either Nonstop Papercrafts or LineDotArrow. The second place prize is 2 kits. The third place prize is 1 kit. Okay? So every post you make in every group is an entry. Now, if you use the freebies only, you get 1 entry, which is cool. If you use the freebies in the kit to make 1 project and you post it, then that post gets you 2 entries into the drawing. And if you use the kit only and you post your pictures to that project, that also gets you 2 entries. So you could get 10 entries out of 1 project, if you think about it. Okay, now don't forget the design team members. There's design team people doing projects as well. They're just not doing drawings, and their links are below and their names, so make sure to go visit them. They have great projects that you can do as well, or just watch for entertainment. And they also have some people just have Instagram, and some people do other things. Anyway, they post flip throughs and things like that. Okay, So make sure to do all those things. It's a very busy month for us, and we're very excited about it, and we hope that you participate and have fun too. So I'm going to set this material aside. When we left off, we were on page 6 in project 2, but we also needed a bunch of cards and stuff, so I went ahead and did that during the break, because I'm filming these pretty much one after the other, except for today is the next morning, and I'm in new jammies that look just like the old jammies, but a different color. So we had our front cover done. We had page 1, and we already had the card for page 1. We made that on camera. Then we did page 2, or that's 2. Then we did page 3, and it needed cards all the way around. So what I did was I stayed with the Santa Claus theme, and I made a Santa Claus card that comes out. Obviously, it's a card. Then when this opens up, there's still the writing space. And look, I took the extra paper from when we cut this out, and I made a card out of it. So we had the same Santas here in the card. And then here's our Christmas tree with the same pattern on it. Christmas tree song lyrics. I may put something on the card. I also made the side pocket cards. I'm not going to pull them out, but they're stenciled on the back, and then they're a pattern on the front. They also each have a charm. One has a Santa hat, the other has a Christmas tree. We're going to have one more card, and its tab will come out from down here somewhere. Remember, we're going to have a ribbon going across. So we don't want any of these tabs to get in the way when the book is closed. Okay? So that's 2. This is 3. We did 4, but it needed a card, so I made this card for 4 to go along with the pine here. Or evergreen, whichever it is. Sorry about that, moving my stool around that I'm sitting on. Then we did page 5. Yes, page 5, which opens up which has the belly band with the card. I think we made this card on camera. Then we open it up to this writing space, and that gives you this so far. Okay, we'll close that. And then this opens, I put the card in here for this one, little snowman. And then we have the writing space, and I put this ephemera on here. And then when that's open, when that's open, and this is open, and this is open, then you now have this, this, and this. And you close that, and you go back to this one, and you have this, 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 and this. Okay, so that's what we've done so far. Yay us. And so now we're on page 6. Well, the cards was sticking out. Anyway, there's 5. We're on our way to 6, which is up here. So let me get out the materials for 6. Okay. Did I ink the page? No, because I have to cut it, I think. Yes. No, I didn't get one out. Okay, let's find one real quick then. Snowflake is going to be on the back. I have another copy of this page. We also have this half page. Looks like that. That would be kind of neat, because then when you open the thing up, oh no, then you'd have one snowflake on one side and that's all. Okay. Let's see what else we have. You could use another collage page as long as it was darker, like the one in the front. Same color scheme. That would work. And then we'll put a card on top of it. We'll put a acetate pocket, because I've got the doors and the pockets and the doors, but I didn't set aside for the card or the page. So we used this one, I believe, in the other book, so let's use this side. Let's see, I gotta make sure the one I use is the right size. Which these two are not. Okay, this is the size of the rest of them. Oh, we could use this one. It says Merry Christmas. And we wouldn't have all the clashing collages. I'll use that. Then we'll have some writing space above the pocket. Let's double check here. So now we'll ink this, since I forgot to get one out. Better put my sleeves up or I'll end up with green ink on my brand new jammies. That will not be good. Fix my bracelet. I know it looks a little tight, but it'll take longer to come loose that way. Between my bracelets and my rings, if I took them off, I'd probably lose a pound. This bracelet, I'll tell you a little story about it. I went to the Grand Canyon once. We went to visit Vegas, and it was 108 degrees, and so we thought, all right, well, let's go to the Grand Canyon. That was our plan for one of the days that we were there. So it was right after 9/11, and we went across Hoover Dam, which was pretty much closed and had National Guard all around it, and you couldn't go inside. The tours were closed, and so it was kind of hard to get across state lines right there, because the two states, Nevada and Arizona, meet in the middle of Hoover Dam, and there's a line there so that you can stand with one foot on either side. You can stand in two states at once, which you can do all over the country, but they don't all have nice little lines that you can stand on. So anyway, we go across Hoover Dam, and we're going in Arizona towards the Grand Canyon, and all entrances to the Grand Canyon on that side, which is the south side, were Native American lands. So we went through the land, there's a road, and we get to the Grand Canyon, and there's little shops and things, which seemed kind of odd to me, but okay. So there's little shops and things, and then I went in one of the shops, and I found this little bracelet, and it was tighter back then. It stretched a little bit, This was, believe it or not, this is on string or thread. And this bracelet is 30 years old. And it's just now starting to fray just a little bit. And these are seeds. This is turquoise. And this is something else, and I don't remember what they told me that it was. But the seeds are supposed to bring you good luck or keep bad luck away, keep bad things away. So I've worn it, and I've only taken it off 1 or 2 times in all the 30 years that I've had it. So I don't notice that anymore. And I would notice it if it was gone, that's for sure. Alright, so now let's make our doors. We want to have one larger than the other, but first we need them to be the right height. So let's remember, this is the European size, so it had that large border on the top and the bottom, and that makes it quite a bit shorter than the US size, which is 8.5. So we'll cut the length all the way across. Okay, so that's the right length. Okay, so now what we want to do is we want to make 2 doors, and we want them to overlap, or 2 flaps. Like a door to me. But we also want to make enough room for our fold under. Okay, so we want each one, we want one to be bigger. So let's say we want it to be, that's going to go on the top. Why does that look larger? I swear it's a little taller. Maybe it's just crooked. It was just crooked. Okay, so we want it to be, let's just kind of eyeball it. Let's say we make this one this wide. So we want the width of the paper plus 3/8. So we want to cut it right here for this door. The reason I can't just use the papers is, if you remember correctly, the papers are, this one's going to be left and then top. And then let's just say this is the top. Just for our purposes of scoring. Okay, and then once we have this one on here, I forgot what I was saying a minute ago. This one's going to go this way, and it's got to overlap this one because we're going to put a magnet on the back of here. Okay. So if we do, oops, if we do this, then we need to do at least that plus 3/8. So we'll cut this one about here. We still have some paper left over. That seems awful short. Did I miscalculate that? It's entirely possible. No. That looks alright. Didn't necessarily want it in the center. Okay. So now let's score them. So this is going to be the right. And that makes this the bottom. makes this the top. It seems kind of funny, bottom and top, but you know what I mean. Okay, let's get our scoring tool out. Our scoring board, what used to be our trimmer. So our scoring trimmer, I guess. I really like this as a paper trimmer as well. Sometimes I put the blade back in and cut with it. Okay, now this one we want to score on this side. So we want to score it. So we're going to turn it upside down. I'm going to score it at 3/8. This one, we want to score at 3/8. Then we proceed with the laborious job of inking. I scored it the wrong way as far as bending it. I'm going to use my tool in here because it looks like it'll look like it's cracking and it won't ink properly. Don't do that because I scored it backwards. I should have scored it with the indentation on this side and the little bump on this side, because this way it kind of wants to fold the other way. I mean, that's the natural way for it to fold. So let's do this one. Their bone folder. Okay. And now we can ink it. Remember, we're going to ink this up pretty good. You want to cover up that cream color of the paper. Plus we're making it a little scruffy looking. So then we're going to go like this. That way our border is green. And I still do this. I think I said this in the last video, so it gets that little bit darker along the edge. Wish I had a fun story about that bracelet, but I don't. I just bought it for 99 cents, I think, which is a good deal. I should get the other one out so I can show you. The leaf came off of the other one though. Not sure why, and I lost it, or I could have just taken my a jump ring and fixed it. Let's do this in case any of the fold gets seen. We'll do the same on this side. See, this is the normal way of inking. We're just overdoing it a bit. We don't really want to see the cream color. I went out in the living room I slept for a whole hour. It's now 9:30 at night, and I've been up since 8:30. Fell asleep at about 7:30. I was watching The Little Mermaid, the live action version. Can't say I'm a big fan, but then again, I fell asleep, so I was very tired. I woke up at 10:30 the night before, and had only taken a 1-hour nap during the day, so I'd been up a long time, so I thought for sure I could sleep. But here we are, best buds, hanging out together. Anyway, I was went in the living room, and I was looking for Oz. I'm looking all around, and I can't find him. Usually when I get up, he'll jump up on the bed and get under the covers. And I haven't been letting him do that lately since I hurt my ribs, because I don't want him to bump into my ribs because it's painful. So I'm looking around. I'm thinking he's under the covers, but then the covers are pretty flat, and I don't see him. I look over on the chair where I had actually put a couple of big pillows so he couldn't get up there anymore, but the other day I found him up there laying on top of the pillows. So there you go. And I couldn't find him. I couldn't find him anywhere. His bed was empty. I couldn't find him. I didn't know where he was. Well, come to find out, I looked at his bed a little bit closer, and on his dog bed I've put a pillow. And when I walked by and looked at it the next time, I realized that he was under the pillow on his bed. How crazy is that? I'm like, what? Yeah, we're almost done. No, we're not. I didn't realize we still had the other side of this one to do. Oh. Exactly what I was trying to avoid doing. See, now we have that crease. When I said laborious, I meant it, huh? Just this last little bit. I mean, we're going to put paper over it, but still. See why we marked the top. Let's put our magnet on. Then we'll put a piece of ephemera on the front to make it look like a closure, but really the magnet on the back side is what's going to hold it shut. Okay, so we've got that so we don't forget. So now we need to cover these with paper. That's where this really cool collage comes in. It works out perfect. Now, since this was cut from the same size of print, this one's going to be the right size vertical. We won't have to cut it down like we did the cream colored paper, except it looks like we might. Oh, because I moved it up to make the border, so we'll need to trim it just a smidge across the top. Let's do it across the bottom. It's called a guesstimate. And then the other, oh, we should use this on the big side. It's almost too big for that. But I realized, no, we can do it. Cut it right there. I'm going to cut it right there. It'll make it work. Guess what? We have to ink it. This is the inking video, so in case you've never inked before, you will now definitely know how to ink. Guess what? We have to do the back sides as well. So now we'll use the star on this side from the other side of the paper. And I did fill my glue. I'm using 65-pound paper. And the company that I like is called Neenah, N-E-E-N-A-H. You can get it on Amazon. And this is vellum finish. Now, that means the texture of it, the finish, feels different than regular paper, and I just love it. It feels more expensive to me. I just love it. Now I've got to where my friend uses 31-pound paper, and no offense to her, but I just hate that paper. I use it to make these little notes. It's pretty much, or printing out a letter. I don't know if it was the type of paper I got, but it was shiny and it feels weird. Alright, so there's that one. Let's get this one. What happened to the other side? Oh, here it is. Let's see if we can fit this star on there. Not all of it. Let's fit the side that has the word. Or we'll get it as centered as we can with the star. So we'll cut it here, and we'll cut it here. Then guess what we'll do? Oh, come on, guess. That's a nice scrap. Of course, I have a whole pile of nice scraps that I'm not going to end up using in this project. I have quite a bit of paper left over. We might make a third small project, depending on how many videos this takes. Let's see if I made that skinny enough. Looks like I might have to make it a little bit skinny. Oh no. Is it crooked? No. That looks fine. Cool. I got much more of the star on there than I thought I was going to get. And we got the poinsettia on there. Sorry about my phone, I forgot to move it, I'm charging it. This is the one I crinkled up. Okay, then we're going to do the back sides, which now I'm not sure. There's not going to be a pocket on this side. I'm not sure I like these pockets anymore anyway. I think we'll probably use acetate. Okay, so this is going to be the right height. But what we want is to cut that down the middle. here. We want to cut it there. Well, it's pretty close to center. Okay, now this door is going to open this way. So we want to put this way. You got this towards the center. No, we don't. This one this way. Why is this too tall? This must have been printed on it 8.5 by 11. No, because we moved it, Terry. I think I would have learned after the first two, but no. Okay, so you want that one to be that way. And we want this one to be this way. I'm listening to Dark Side of the Moon. It's, okay. I was going to cut that song off. Oh well. I was going to cut it off anyway. This is where I should have cut the height of the picture before I cut it down the middle, but I didn't realize. Okay. I don't know if you can guess what we're going to do next, but I'll bet you $1 you can. Couldn't really ink these ahead of time. Had to wait until they were cut. Done. Taking us the whole hour, all that inking. I knew it would take the whole hour, even though it's just 2 drawers. Now, what we're going to do, make sure this is exactly where we want it, because when we do this one, we want to line the papers up. Because we want the snowflake, even though one's on one side of the page and one's on the other, we might as well do our job correctly, don't you think? Except for the glue everywhere. And get them lined up, if we can, as well as we can, since we did the length separately, which was kind of silly on my part. But okay, so we want to get this center lined up. Well, see, it's not going to do it because I cut the height off of one side on the top and the height on the other side off the bottom. So they're not going to line up. Oh well, look at that. Yes, they do. Okay, now we're going to put them on. We can put the pockets on once they're on. I should have mitered the corners. This. I don't need quite as much glue as I put on the other one. Got a little too much. I want it to move around a little bit so I can line it up, but I didn't really want it to slip and slide as much as it did. Oh, I like that butterfly. I didn't even notice it. Very nice. We got the two stars, the poinsettias, and we got the butterfly. I don't know if I want to put a closure there now. Because I was looking at maybe something like these. What about this oval one though? It'd go right across the butterfly. I still think I like it better with than without. It's a good thing I wasn't wearing my lapel mic. I got one. Sound is pretty good on this though, at least when I listen to it on my computer that has decent speakers. Now we're going to have to color the back of this because it's going to stick out on one side. And we're going to have to do the edge. Then we only need to glue the half that we're going to put on the page. So let's do it from this cream, which is right there. And put it right in the middle of the butterfly wings, right down the middle of this cream colored deal here. Oh goodness. Let's see if we can try that again without moving it. Okay, let's put the magnet on the back. Uh-oh. What am I doing? My arm is just wandering around. Keeps going for the tape first. Uh-oh, shouldn't do that. These magnets are only 1 millimeter thick. They break. Be careful with them. These are 1 millimeter thick and 10 millimeters wide, so they're 10 mm times 1 mm magnets. Look at how dirty my hands are. Look at that tape. I scrubbed them too to get the green off, and then I just now played with the green again. Okay. Here we go. Right. That holds that shut. We need to put our pockets in. I wish I had another one of those spin things. I can't find it. On Temu, there's so many. Things on that site. It's like millions. I'll never find it again. And it was so far back in my orders that I don't remember where and what order it was. It was way back to find it again. In fact, I got it for free. It wouldn't be in my orders. I got it back when I was doing reviews, which I'm not doing anymore. They changed their system. I don't know if you guys remember when I was doing the Temu unboxings, which I loved. They were so much fun. And now that I've got the width, I'm going to make the height. I'm going to make it 2.5 inches. I really liked doing those. They were fun. Not just because I got stuff, but it was just fun not knowing what was in the package because I always forgot. Let's make sure. I'm going to use that in just a minute. Done with that. Cover up this ink before we ink something else green. Okay, we want to do this on 3 sides. Let me get it where I can see it. It's a little bit darker than the glass. When you put it on there, it makes it a little thicker, so it looks, you can see it against the edge of the, or you can see the edge against the glass if you turn it just the right way. just cut my nails off, and it's so great. I love it when they're short. I like crafting with short nails. I don't know how the women with those beautiful nails, they're beautiful, but boy, I'm not sure I'd be able to do anything with them on. Darn it. Sometimes, darn it, if you scrape it, you can get acetate, glue. Off of there. Okay, let's do this side, and I'm wondering if the leftover, which is the skinnier one, is going to be better. So we want our width. Let's do it this way. Little black dot on there from when I cut it before. So we want it to be this wide. And we'll do it 2.5 inches tall. And then we're going to be done with the video, and I'm not sure that I'll actually get this glued on in time. I'm under pressure. Then all we have to do now is glue this into the book. And make the cards. I'm going to make a pocket for this as well. So I'll do that off camera. We only have 2 minutes left. And then I'll just glue it in like we glued the other ones in. And then in the next video, we'll move on to the next page. Okay? Alright, well thank you for joining me, and I'll see you in the next video, and that will be just a second for you and a day for me. Okay, bye-bye.